Hi, my name's Amanda and I'm a pharmacist. These are my flashcards with audio of the top 200 drugs. This is my 2025 update. Thank you all so much for your likes, views, and shares and support for my videos. It's been amazing to see how many of you are using these to study and doing so well. And if you haven't already, and if you find this video useful, please press the like button, subscribe to my channel, and share it with others who may find it helpful too. And if you'd like to have lifetime ad-free access to my pharmacy learning videos and handouts of all my slides, please consider enrolling in my online course today. The link to my course is in the comments and description. Thanks, I really appreciate it. Atorvastatin, brand name Lipitor. Atorvastatin is an HMG-CoA reductase inhibitor for high cholesterol. Metformin, brand name Glucophage. Metformin is an oral medication in the biguanide class for diabetes. Levothyroxine, brand name Synthroid or Levoxyl. Levothyroxine is a thyroid hormone for hypothyroidism, which is low thyroid. Lisinopril, brand name Prenavil or Zestril. Lisinopril is an ACE inhibitor for high blood pressure and heart failure. Amlodipine, brand name Norvasc. Amlodipine is a dihydropyridine calcium channel blocker for high blood pressure. Metoprolol, brand name Lopressor or Toprol XL. Metoprolol is a beta blocker for high blood pressure or irregular heartbeat. Albuterol, brand name Proventil or Ventolin. Albuterol is a beta-2 bronchodilator for asthma and other lung diseases. Losartan, brand name Cozar. Losartan is a angiotensin receptor blocker for high blood pressure and heart failure. Gabapentin, brand name Neurontin. Gabapentin is an anticonvulsant for seizures and nerve pain. Omeprazole, brand name Prilosec. Omeprazole is a proton pump inhibitor, or PPI, for heartburn and GERD. Sertraline, brand name Zoloft. Sertraline is a selective serotonin reuptake inhibitor, or SSRI, antidepressant for depression. Rosuvastatin, brand name Crestor. Rosuvastatin is an HMG-CoA reductase inhibitor for high cholesterol. Pantoprazole, brand name Protonix. Pantoprazole is a proton pump inhibitor, or PPI, for heartburn and GERD. S-citalopram, brand name Lexapro. S-citalopram is a selective serotonin reuptake inhibitor, or SSRI, antidepressant for depression. Amphetamine with dextroamphetamine, brand name Adderall. Amphetamine with dextroamphetamine is a central nervous system stimulant for attention deficit hyperactivity disorder, or ADHD. It's a DEA Schedule II. Hydrochlorothiazide, brand name Microzide. Hydrochlorothiazide is a thiazide diuretic for high blood pressure and swelling. Bupropion, brand name Wellbutrin or Zyban. Bupropion is a norepinephrine dopamine reuptake inhibitor, or NDRI, for depression and smoking cessation. Fluoxetine, brand name Prozac. Fluoxetine is a selective serotonin reuptake inhibitor, or SSRI, antidepressant for depression. Semaglutide, brand name Ozempic or Wegovy. Semaglutide is an injectable GLP-1 analog for diabetes and weight loss. Montelukast, brand name Singulair. Montelukast is a leukotriene inhibitor for asthma and allergies. Trazodone, brand name Deseril. Trazodone is a serotonin antagonist and reuptake inhibitor, or SARI, antidepressant for depression. Simvastatin, brand name Zocor. Simvastatin is an HMG-CoA reductase inhibitor for high cholesterol. Amoxicillin, brand name Amoxil. Amoxicillin is a penicillin antibiotic for bacterial infections. Tamsulosin, brand name Flomax. Tamsulosin is a urinary selective alpha blocker for enlarged prostate symptoms, or BPH. Hydrocodone with acetaminophen, brand name Norco. Hydrocodone with acetaminophen is an opioid analgesic for moderate to severe pain. It's a DEA Schedule II. Fluticasone, brand name Flonase. Fluticasone is an intranasal steroid for allergy symptoms. Meloxicam, brand name Mobic. Meloxicam is a non-steroidal anti-inflammatory drug, or NSAID, for pain and inflammation. Apixaban, brand name Eliquis. Apixaban is a direct factor 10A inhibitor anticoagulant or blood thinner for the prevention and treatment of blood clots. Furosemide, brand name Lasix. Furosemide is a loop diuretic for swelling. Insulin glargine, brand name Lantus or Basaglar. Insulin glargine is a long-acting injectable insulin for diabetes. Duloxetine, brand name Cymbalta. Duloxetine is a serotonin norepinephrine reuptake inhibitor, or SNRI, antidepressant for depression and nerve pain. Ibuprofen, brand name Motrin, Radvil. Ibuprofen is a non-steroidal anti-inflammatory drug, or NSAID, for pain and inflammation. Famotidine, brand name Pepcid. Famotidine is a H2 histamine blocker for heartburn and GERD. Empagliflozin, brand name Jardiance. Empagliflozin is an oral medication in the SGLT2 inhibitor class for diabetes. Carvedilol, brand name Coreg. Carvedilol is a beta blocker for high blood pressure and irregular heartbeat. Tramadol, brand name Ultram. Tramadol is an opioid analgesic for moderate to severe pain. It's a DEA Schedule IV. Alprazolam, brand name Xanax. Alprazolam is a benzodiazepine anxiolytic for anxiety. It's a DEA Schedule IV. Prednisone, brand name Deltazone. Prednisone is a steroid for allergic reactions and inflammation. Hydroxyzine, brand name Atarax or Vistaril. Hydroxyzine is an H1 antihistamine for allergy symptoms and anxiety. Buspirone, brand name Buspar. Buspirone is a non-benzodiazepine anxiolytic for anxiety. Clopidogrel, brand name Plavix. Clopidogrel is an antiplatelet anticoagulant or blood thinner for the prevention and treatment of blood clots. Glipizide, brand name Glucotrol. Glipizide is an oral medication in the sulfonylurea class for diabetes. Citalopram, brand name Celexa. Citalopram is a selective serotonin reuptake inhibitor, or SSRI, antidepressant for depression. Potassium chloride, brand name K-Dur or Chlorcon. Potassium chloride is a potassium supplement. Allopurinol, brand name Xyloprim. Allopurinol is a xanthine oxidase inhibitor for gout prevention. Aspirin, brand name Ecotrin. Aspirin is an antiplatelet anticoagulant or blood thinner for the prevention of blood clots. Cyclobenzaprine, brand name Flexeril. Cyclobenzaprine is a muscle relaxant for muscle spasms. Ergocalciferol, that's vitamin D2, or the brand name is Dristol. Ergocalciferol is a vitamin D supplement. Oxycodone, brand name Roxicodone, Roxanol, or Oxycontin. Oxycodone is an opioid analgesic for moderate to severe pain. It's a DEA Schedule II. Methylphenidate, brand name Ritalin. Methylphenidate is a central nervous system stimulant for attention deficit hyperactivity disorder, or ADHD. It's a DEA Schedule II. Venlafaxine, brand name Effexor. Venlafaxine is a serotonin norepinephrine reuptake inhibitor, or SNRI, antidepressant for depression. Spironolactone, brand name Aldactone. Spironolactone is a potassium-sparing diuretic for high blood pressure and heart failure. Ondansetron, brand name Zofran. Ondansetron is a 5-HT3 antagonist for nausea and vomiting. Zolpidem, brand name Ambien. Zolpidem is a non-benzodiazepine sleep aid for insomnia. It's a DEA Schedule IV. Cetirizine, brand name Zyrtec. Cetirizine is an H1 antihistamine for allergy symptoms. Estradiol, brand name Estrace, Clemera, or Vival-Dot. Estradiol is an estrogen hormone. Pravastatin, brand name Pravachol. Pravastatin is an HMG-CoA reductase inhibitor for high cholesterol. Lisinopril with hydrochlorothiazide, brand name Prinzide or Zestoretic. Lisinopril with hydrochlorothiazide is an ACE inhibitor thiazide diuretic combination for high blood pressure. Lamotrigine, brand name Lamictal. Lamotrigine is an anticonvulsant for seizures and bipolar disorder. Quetiapine, brand name Seroquel. Quetiapine is an antipsychotic medication for various mental health conditions. Fluticasone with salmeterol, brand name Advair. Fluticasone with salmeterol is an inhaled steroid and long-acting beta-2 bronchodilator combination for asthma and COPD. Clonazepam, brand name Klonopin. Clonazepam is a benzodiazepine anxiolytic for anxiety. It's a DEA Schedule IV. Dulaglutide, brand name Trulicity. Dulaglutide is an injectable GLP-1 analog for diabetes. Azithromycin, brand name Zithromax. Azithromycin is a macrolide antibiotic for bacterial infections. Losartan with hydrochlorothiazide, brand name Hyzar. Losartan with hydrochlorothiazide is an angiotensin receptor blocker thiazide diuretic combination for high blood pressure. Amoxicillin with clavulanate, brand name Augmentin. Amoxicillin with clavulanate is a penicillin antibiotic and beta-lactamase inhibitor for bacterial infections. Latanoprost, brand name Zalatan. Latanoprost is a prostaglandin analog eye drop for glaucoma. Cholecalciferol is vitamin D3. That's a vitamin D supplement. Propranolol, brand name Inderal. Propranolol is a beta blocker for high blood pressure and irregular heartbeat. Ezetimibe, brand name Zetia. Ezetimibe is a selective cholesterol absorption inhibitor for high cholesterol. Topiramate, brand name Topamax. Topiramate is an anticonvulsant for seizures and migraine prevention. Paroxetine, brand name Paxil. Paroxetine is a selective serotonin reuptake inhibitor, or SSRI, antidepressant for depression. Diclofenac, brand name Voltaren or Cataflam. Diclofenac is a non-steroidal anti-inflammatory drug, or NSAID, for pain and inflammation. Budesonide with formoterol, brand name Symbicort. Budesonide with formoterol is an inhaled steroid and long-acting beta-2 bronchodilator combination for asthma and COPD. Atenolol, brand name Tenormin. Atenolol is a beta blocker for high blood pressure and irregular heartbeat. Lisdexamfetamine, brand name Vyvanse. Lisdexamfetamine is a central nervous system stimulant for attention deficit hyperactivity disorder, or ADHD. It's a DEA Schedule II. Doxycycline, brand name Dorix or Vabromycin. Doxycycline is a tetracycline antibiotic for bacterial infections. Pregabalin, brand name Lyrica. Pregabalin is an anticonvulsant for nerve pain and seizures. It's a DEA Schedule V. Ethinyl estradiol with norethindrone, brand name Loestrin or Ovcon. Ethinyl estradiol with norethindrone is an estrogen-progesterone hormone combination. Glimepiride, brand name Amaryl. Glimepiride is an oral medication in the sulfonylurea class for diabetes. Tizanidine, brand name Xanaflex. Tizanidine is a muscle relaxant for muscle spasms. Clonidine, brand name Catapress or Capvay. Clonidine is a centrally acting alpha-2 agonist for high blood pressure or ADHD. Fenofibrate, brand name Tricor. Fenofibrate is a fibric acid derivative for high cholesterol and triglycerides. Insulin Lispro, brand name Humalog. Insulin Lispro is a rapid-acting injectable insulin for diabetes. Valsartan, brand name Diovan. Valsartan is an angiotensin receptor blocker for high blood pressure and heart failure. Cephalexin, brand name Keflex. Cephalexin is a cephalosporin antibiotic for bacterial infections. Baclofen, brand name Leorasal. Baclofen is a muscle relaxant for muscle spasms. Rivaroxaban, brand name Xarelto. Rivaroxaban is a direct factor Xa inhibitor anticoagulant or blood thinner for the prevention and treatment of blood clots. Ferrous sulfate, for the chemical formula FeSO4, brand name Fiasol. Ferrous sulfate is an iron supplement. Amitriptyline, brand name Elavil. Amitriptyline is a tricyclic antidepressant for depression. Finasteride, brand name Proscar or Propecia. Finasteride is a 5-alpha reductase inhibitor for enlarged prostate symptoms and hair loss. Dapagliflozin, brand name Farxiga. Dapagliflozin is an oral medication in the SGLT2 inhibitor class for diabetes. Oxycodone with acetaminophen, brand name Percocet. Oxycodone with acetaminophen is an opioid analgesic for moderate to severe pain. It's a DEA Schedule II. Folic acid, that's synthetic vitamin B9, and it's a folate supplement. Aripiprazole, brand name Abilify. Aripiprazole is an antipsychotic medication for various mental health conditions. Olmesartan, brand name Benicar. Olmesartan is an angiotensin receptor blocker for high blood pressure. Ethinyl estradiol with norgestimate, brand name orthocycline or orthotricycline. Ethinyl estradiol with norgestimate is an estrogen-progesterone hormone combination. Valacyclovir, brand name Valtrex. Valacyclovir is an antiviral for various herpes viral infections such as cold sores, chickenpox, and shingles. Mirtazapine, brand name Remeron. Mirtazapine is a tetracyclic antidepressant for depression. Lorazepam, brand name Ativan. Lorazepam is a benzodiazepine anxiolytic for anxiety. It's a DEA Schedule IV. Levetiracetam, brand name Keppra. Levetiracetam is an anticonvulsant for seizures. Insulin aspart, brand name Novolog. Insulin aspart is a rapid-acting injectable insulin for diabetes. Naproxen, brand name Naproxen, Anaprox, or Aleve. Naproxen is a non-steroidal anti-inflammatory drug, or NSAID, for pain and inflammation. Cyanocobalamin is a vitamin B12 supplement. Loratadine, brand name Claritin. Loratadine is an H1 antihistamine for allergy symptoms. Diltiazem, brand name Cardizem. Diltiazem is a non-dihydropyridine calcium channel blocker for high blood pressure and abnormal heart rhythm. Sumatriptan, brand name Imitrex. Sumatriptan is a 5-HT1B1D receptor agonist for migraine headache. Triamcinolone, brand name Aristocort, and Kenalog cream, and Asthmacort inhalation. Triamcinolone is a steroid for allergic reactions of the skin for the cream and for asthma for the inhalation. Hydralazine, brand name Apresyline. Hydralazine is a vasodilator for high blood pressure. Tirzepatide, brand name Mounjaro and Zepbound. Tirzepatide is an injectable GIP and GLP-1 analog for diabetes, weight loss, and sleep apnea. Celecoxib, brand name Celebrex. Celecoxib is a selective COX-2 inhibitor NSAID for pain and inflammation. Acetaminophen, brand name Tylenol. Acetaminophen is a non-opioid analgesic and antipyretic for mild pain and fever. Alendronate, brand name Fosamax. Alendronate is a bisphosphonate for osteoporosis prevention and treatment. Oxybutynin, brand name Ditropan or Oxytrol. Oxybutynin is a urinary antispasmodic for overactive bladder. Triamterene with hydrochlorothiazide, brand name Maxide or Diazide. Triamterene with hydrochlorothiazide is a potassium-sparing diuretic thiazide diuretic combination for high blood pressure and swelling. Warfarin, brand name Coumadin. Warfarin is a vitamin K antagonist anticoagulant or blood thinner for the prevention and treatment of blood clots. Progesterone, brand name Prometrium. Progesterone is a progesterone hormone. Fluticasone, umeclendinium, and vilanterol, brand name Trelegy ellipta. Fluticasone, umeclendinium, and vilanterol is an inhaled steroid, anticholinergic, and long-acting beta-2 bronchodilator combination for COPD, asthma, and other lung diseases. Testosterone, brand name Androgel, Androderm, or Depo-testosterone. Testosterone is a testosterone hormone. Nifedipine, brand name Procardia or Adalat CC. Nifedipine is a dihydropyridine calcium channel blocker for high blood pressure. Methocarbamol, brand name Robaxin. Methocarbamol is a muscle relaxant for muscle spasms. Benzonatate, brand name Tessalon Pearls. Benzonatate is a cough suppressant for cough. Sitagliptin, brand name Januvia. Sitagliptin is an oral medication for diabetes in the DPP-4 inhibitor class. Chlorthalidone, brand name Thalatone or Hygrotin. Chlorthalidone is a thiazide diuretic for high blood pressure or swelling. Isosorbide mononitrate, brand name Emdur. Isosorbide mononitrate is a nitrate vasodilator for chest pain prevention. Donepezil, brand name Aricept. Donepezil is a cholinesterase inhibitor for dementia. Dexmethylphenidate, brand name Focalin. Dexmethylphenidate is a central nervous system stimulant for attention deficit hyperactivity disorder, or ADHD. It's a DEA Schedule II. Sulfamethoxazole with trimethoprim, brand name Bactrim or Septra. Sulfamethoxazole with trimethoprim is a sulfa antibiotic for bacterial infections. Clobetasol, brand name Timavate or Clobex. Clobetasol is a topical steroid for allergic reactions of the skin or psoriasis of the scalp. Methotrexate, brand name Trexol. Methotrexate is a dihydrofolate reductase inhibitor for cancer and rheumatoid arthritis. Hydroxychloroquine, brand name Plaquenil. Hydroxychloroquine is an antimalarial and DMARD for malaria and rheumatoid arthritis. Lovastatin, brand name Mevacor or Ultaprev. Lovastatin is an HMG-CoA reductase inhibitor for high cholesterol. Pioglitazone, brand name Actos. Pioglitazone is an oral medication for diabetes in the TZD class. Irbesartan, brand name Avapro. Irbesartan is an angiotensin receptor blocker for high blood pressure. Methylprednisolone, brand name Medrol. Methylprednisolone is a steroid for allergic reactions and inflammation. Norethindrone, brand name Orthomicronor or Agestin. Norethindrone is a progesterone hormone. Meclizine, brand name Antivert. Meclizine is an antihistamine for dizziness and motion sickness. Ethinyl estradiol with levonorgestrel, brand name Elise or Seasonique. Ethinyl estradiol with levonorgestrel is an estrogen-progesterone hormone combination. Fluticasone with vilanterol, brand name Brio Ellipta. Fluticasone with vilanterol is an inhaled steroid and long-acting beta-2 bronchodilator combination for COPD, asthma, and other lung diseases. Ketoconazole, brand name Nizoral. Ketoconazole is an azole antifungal for fungal infections. Thyroid, brand name Armour Thyroid. Thyroid is a hormone for hypothyroidism. Zelastine, brand name Astelin or Astapro nasal spray or Optivar eye drops. Azelastine is an H1 antihistamine for allergy symptoms. Nitrofurantoin, brand name Macrobid or Macrodantin. Nitrofurantoin is a nitrofuran antibiotic for bacterial infections. Adalimumab, brand name Humira. Adalimumab is a tumor necrosis factor inhibitor for rheumatoid arthritis, psoriasis, and other inflammatory conditions. Memantine, brand name Namenda. Memantine is an NMDA receptor antagonist for dementia. Prednisolone, brand name Prelone or Orapred. Prednisolone is a steroid for allergic reactions and inflammation. Esomeprazole, brand name Nexium. Esomeprazole is a proton pump inhibitor, or PPI, for heartburn and GERD. Docusate, brand name Colace. Docusate is a stool softener for constipation. Clindamycin, brand name Cleocin. Clindamycin is a lincosamide antibiotic for bacterial infections. Bicyclovir, brand name Zovirax. Acyclovir is an antiviral for various herpes viral infections, including cold sores, chickenpox, and shingles. Sildenafil, brand name Viagra or Revatio. Sildenafil is a phosphodiesterase 5 enzyme inhibitor for erectile dysfunction and pulmonary arterial hypertension. Insulin degludec, brand name Tresiba. Insulin degludec is a long-acting injectable insulin for diabetes. Insulin detamir, brand name Levemir. Insulin detamir is a long-acting injectable insulin for diabetes. Ethinyl estradiol with drospirenone, brand name Yasmin or Yaz. Ethinyl estradiol with drospirenone is an estrogen-progesterone hormone combination. Ciprofloxacin, brand name Cipro. Ciprofloxacin is a fluoroquinolone antibiotic for bacterial infections. Morphine, brand name MS Contin or Roxanol. Morphine is an opioid analgesic for moderate to severe pain. It's a DEA Schedule II. Isophane or NPH insulin, brand name Humulin N or Novolin N. Isophane or NPH insulin is an intermediate-acting injectable insulin for diabetes. Levocetirizine, brand name Xyzal. Levocetirizine is an H1 antihistamine for allergy symptoms. Nirmatrelvir and ritonavir, brand name Paxlovid. Nirmatrelvir and ritonavir is an antiviral and protease inhibitor for mild to moderate COVID-19. Divalproex sodium, brand name Depakote. Divalproex sodium is an anticonvulsant for seizures, migraine prevention, and bipolar disorder. Atomoxetine, brand name Strattera. Atomoxetine is a non-stimulant medication for ADHD. Budesonide, brand name Pulmicort. Budesonide is an inhaled steroid for asthma. Tiotropium, brand name Spiriva. Tiotropium is an anticholinergic bronchodilator for chronic bronchitis, emphysema, or COPD. Melatonin. Melatonin is a hormone for regulating sleep cycles and a supplement for sleep disorders. Ceftonir, brand name Omnicef. Ceftonir is a cephalosporin antibiotic for bacterial infections. Doxepin, brand name Sinequan or Silanor. Doxepin is a tricyclic antidepressant for depression and insomnia. Olanzapine, brand name Zyprexa. Olanzapine is an antipsychotic medication for various mental health conditions. Phentermine, brand name Adipex. Phentermine is a central nervous system stimulant for weight loss. It's a DEA Schedule IV. Ofloxacin, brand name Floxin for the eardrops, oral and IV, and Ocuflox for the eye drops. Ofloxacin is a fluoroquinolone antibiotic for bacterial infections. Ethinyl estradiol with etonogestrel, brand name NuvaRing. Ethinyl estradiol with etonogestrel is an estrogen-progesterone hormone combination. Mupirocin, brand name Bactroban. Mupirocin is a topical antibiotic for bacterial skin infections. Benazepril, brand name Lotensin. Benazepril is an ACE inhibitor for high blood pressure. Timolol, brand name Timoptic. Timolol is a beta blocker eye drop for glaucoma. Magnesium. It comes in many salt forms, including magnesium oxide, brand name is Magox, magnesium hydroxide, brand name is Milk of Magnesia, and magnesium citrate. Magnesium is a mineral supplement and antacid for magnesium deficiency, heartburn, and constipation. Fluconazole, brand name Diflucan. Fluconazole is an azole antifungal for fungal infections. Risperidone, brand name Risperdal. Risperidone is an antipsychotic medication for various mental health conditions. Verapamil, brand name Kalen. Verapamil is a non-dihydropyridine calcium channel blocker for high blood pressure and abnormal heart rhythms. Linaclotide, brand name Linzess. Linaclotide is an intestinal guanylate cyclase C agonist for chronic constipation. Cyclosporin, brand name Restasis, Gengraph, or Neoral. Cyclosporin is a calcineurin inhibitor immunosuppressant for chronic dry eye, that's the eye drops, which is Restasis, and for prevention of organ transplant rejection. Doxazosin, brand name Cardura. Doxazosin is an alpha blocker for high blood pressure and enlarged prostate symptoms. Albuterol with ipratropium, brand name Combivent or Duoneb. Albuterol with ipratropium is an inhaled beta-2 bronchodilator and anticholinergic combination for asthma and COPD. Hydrocortisone, brand name cortisone cream, cortisone injection, Cortef tablets, or Solucortef for the injection. Hydrocortisone is a steroid for allergic reactions and inflammation. Diazepam, brand name Valium. Diazepam is a benzodiazepine for anxiety. It's a DEA Schedule 4. Telmisartan, brand name Micardis. Telmisartan is an angiotensin receptor blocker for high blood pressure. Carbamazepine, brand name Tegretol. Carbamazepine is an anticonvulsant for seizures, nerve pain, or bipolar disorder. Amlodipine with benazepril, brand name Lotrel. Amlodipine with benazepril is a calcium channel blocker ACE inhibitor combination for high blood pressure. Lithium, brand name Lithobid or Escalith. Lithium is a mood stabilizer for bipolar disorder. Evolocumab, brand name Repatha. Evolocumab is an injectable PCSK9 inhibitor monoclonal antibody for high cholesterol. Desvenlafaxine, brand name Pristique. Desvenlafaxine is a serotonin norepinephrine reuptake inhibitor, or SNRI, for depression. Dorzolamide, brand name Trusoft. Dorzolamide is a carbonic anhydrase inhibitor for glaucoma. Nebivolol, brand name Bistolic. Nebivolol is a beta blocker for high blood pressure and irregular heartbeat. Dicyclamine, brand name Bentyl. Dicyclamine is a GI antispasmodic and anticholinergic for irritable bowel and cramping. Torsemide, brand name Demodex. Torsemide is a loop diuretic for swelling and high blood pressure. Anastrozole, brand name Arimidex. Anastrozole is an aromatase inhibitor for breast cancer. Enalapril, brand name Vasotec. Enalapril is an ACE inhibitor for high blood pressure and heart failure. Polyethylene glycol, brand name Miralax. Polyethylene glycol is a laxative for constipation and GI procedure prep. Tretinoin, brand name Retin-A or Renova. Tretinoin is a vitamin A derivative retinoid for acne or wrinkles. Tadalafil, brand name Cialis. Tadalafil is a phosphodiesterase 5 enzyme inhibitor for erectile dysfunction, pulmonary arterial hypertension, and enlarged prostate symptoms. Sacubitril and valsartan, brand name Entresto. Sacubitril and valsartan is a neprilysin inhibitor, an angiotensin receptor blocker combination for chronic heart failure. Calcium. It comes in different salt forms, including calcium carbonate, brand name is Caltrate or Tums, and calcium citrate, brand name is Citracal. Calcium is a calcium supplement and antacid for heartburn. Thanks for watching. Please subscribe to see more of my pharmacy learning videos. And if you would like lifetime ad-free access to my pharmacy learning videos and handouts of my slides, please consider enrolling in my online course today. The link is in the comments and description. Thank you.